society was founded in the late 1700s, 1784, and it was a grouping of Highland gentlemen who were looking to try and develop and improve the lot, if you like, of Highland communities, and particularly agricultural communities. And there had been precursors to the Royal Highland Society, earlier on in the 1700s, but of course 1745 and the momentous events that all sort of culminated around then meant that those kind of organisations really fell by the wayside. And the Royal Highland and Agricultural Society started life in Edinburgh in, I think, a place where most good organisations started in a tavern. What we've laid out here is a few of the artefacts that we hold in the archives of the Royal Highland Society. And we actually start before the Royal Highland Society came into being here. And this is a society that was set up in 1731. And these are some very, very badly damaged minutes, which really didn't survive the 1745 uprising. At a general meeting of the Highland Society of Edinburgh held at Tontine's Tavern, the 12th day of March 1784. And so this was the very start. They did a number of things before they actually held the first show, which was held in 1822. And the whole object of it was to showcase what was best about Scottish agriculture. And those aims and objectives were very, very simply laid out in this Royal Warrant for a Charter. It was incorporated by Royal Charter in 1787, and this is one of the very early certificates, if you like, that you'd have got when you became a member, complete with the seal. So until 1960, the Royal Highland Show would travel around Scotland. It would have a sort of rota of 8 regions, and it would appear in each region every 8th year, until the Society purchased the land here in Ingliston in 1959. Whereas what we can do now, because we have our own site, we can invest in the infrastructure all year round. We host almost 230 events a year here on site, other than the Royal Highland Show. Perhaps some of the early pop bands as well who were here. I understand David Bowie was here in his early years. This is a copy of our most recent charter, which was granted under the reign of our current Queen, so this was 1960. The interesting fact is that the Royal Highland Society's economic impact is about £250 million a year, which is broadly the same as the festivals of Edinburgh. I suppose the big difference you would note would be one of scale, whereas the very first one would have been a few hundred at the very most of livestock, very little about food, and certainly not in terms of lifestyle. But it was all about bringing effectively the country into the town, and that is the one thread that remains constant now. I think it is that connection of city and country, and I think it's very often people say, well, why do I want to come to the Royal Highland Show? I'm not a farmer, or I'm not interested in tractors or cows. And actually what you have at the Royal Highland Show is so much more. So what we can attract people with is it's a great day out, and what they can really do is they can see the connection between the food they eat and the farmers and the countryside that produces it.